Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Allgoods, Vietnam Through the Eyes of Love. I'm Elisa Allgood, and today we're stepping into December 2nd, 1971, and this day has a different energy than the ones before it. The end is finally in sight. For the first time in months, my parents can see the finish line in front of them. They know they're downhill now. They know they won't spend another year apart. They know the next chapter is coming. A baby, a home, and a life together. But here's what makes this moment so powerful. Hope, it doesn't cancel grief. They're still hurting, and they're still raw from the goodbye. They're still missing each other in the small, ordinary parts of the day. Eating dinner, watching TV, falling asleep, waking up, even folding laundry. They're grieving the loss of those 2 weeks together, even while they're counting down to being together again. So now we'll hear December 2nd in both of their voices. One letter from Vietnam, one letter from San Antonio. Each of them holding both pain and hope at the same time. Here's the first letter from my dad to my mom, December 2nd, 1971. My dearest love, how I love and miss my pretty wife. Baby, I am lonely. I love you so very much. You are my sweet precious, and I want you to know that your husband loves you so very much. I am the luckiest man alive. The trip back was uneventful. I drank all the way to San Francisco, then to Hawaii. I got tired fast, and I slept off and on. One thing for sure, I was sad. But I will never, never have to get on a plane to cross an ocean away from you again. The next time I get on that bird, it will be to come home to my love. Psh. Pi and I are working together now. He did have one good thing to say. We are the next two to go home for good. He says he figures we have about 118 days to go. That is about right. We may even get the same flight home. Baby, I just can't seem to write that I love you enough. The only thing in my life with meaning is you and our baby. My love, it seems to overshadow everything else. I am sad without you. The last 2 weeks were great. It seemed like 2 days. Our love is so strong. I have 3 letters here that I didn't get before I left. They made me even sadder because you talked of us being together. But I loved having them. And I love you with all of my heart and soul. And you are my chickie. And you know that, huh? Baby, I am your lover and sweetheart. And the days, they are going to pass now. We are downhill. And I will be with you forever, very soon. Take care of my 2. Okay? I am going to be okay. And I will be careful too. And I'm going to sleep now and dream of my lover. Sleep warm of our love, and I will see you soon. Love, Dick. Jeez. He knows they're close to the finish line, but he's still right in the middle of missing her. He's hopeful, and he's heartbroken at the same time. And that's exactly where she is, too. On that same day, across the world in San Antonio, my mom wrote her very own December 2nd letter. She's trying to fill the day. She's trying to be strong, trying to function. But every moment reminds her of him and of their goodbye. Here's her letter exactly as she wrote it, 2nd December, Thursday. Hi, Chickie. How does this letter find the love of my life? Loving and missing me, I hope. Ha! As for your wife, life goes on, but not nearly as happy today as I was last Thursday. I did better today than yesterday, but not enough improvement to really rave about. It rained and is still cold again today, so I stayed in. The same as yesterday. Got up early, watched the quiz programs, had breakfast, toast and sausage, and I watched the soaps. I actually fell asleep during Days of Our Lives. I hadn't slept very good since you left, but with this afternoon's practice nap, I'm doing better. I had about 2 hours of CP. I watched the afternoon movie. Then I bathed and dressed. Paul called, asked me down for a drink and dinner. I wasn't in the mood to eat alone, so I accepted. I had 2 beers. Becca made a meatloaf. It was good. If my appetite stays like it is now, I'll probably lose weight. Huh. I doubt if it stays gone long. I just don't want to eat without you. I know I have to feed our baby, so don't worry. I came home about 8:30, watched TV. Jan came by. She'd been shopping again. I have to get busy and do hours. I've got to get the Christmas cards out, too. It's doubtful, but you never know. I could deliver early, and I'd like to have all the shopping, etc., finished, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. I love you. Did you know that? I could write those words, those 3 words, all night long. Becca and Paul started talking about how much they liked you. So guess what I did? I blew my cool and started crying. I just couldn't help myself. They were so sweet. Paul tried to make me feel better by saying you only had 121 days left. That only made things worse. I'm such a baby. I try to be a big girl. It'll just take time again to get used to being alone. I'm never really alone. I know you're always with me and in thought and spirit. I be loving you, Chickie. By the way, darling, I've been thinking. If the games don't get here by the 15th, I want to send El Nadine, Mary Alice, and Joe something. I feel so guilty if we don't. Next year, the games will still be good to give, so they won't be wasted. I was thinking about maybe getting them an electric popcorn popper. That way, the whole family could enjoy them. Let me know your thoughts. I haven't priced them, but I doubt if they'll be too expensive. Do you want me to send hot buttered rum mix or anything special for you and Pi and Smith to have for Christmas and New Year's? You know, I have to send your care package anyway, so just let me know. I figure you'll want to get drunk out of boredom and loneliness over the holidays. Chickie, I'm going to close and watch the late movie and hope I can sleep tonight. Oh, funny. I dreamed we had a 12-pound girl last night. I woke up in a cold sweat. Can you imagine that? Meanwhile, you know you're in my every thought and wish. Please take care and come home to us soon. I love you with all my heart and soul. Forever and always, Sarah. Boy, what I hear in these December 2nd letters is just how deeply my parents loved each other. And not instead of hurting, but through the hurt. They're hopeful and they're grieving at the same time. They're looking toward the end of deployment while still aching from the goodbye they just lived. And somehow, the grief doesn't make the love smaller. It actually makes their love bigger. You know, they didn't shut down the pain. They didn't try to toughen up. They felt every bit of missing each other, and they kept loving anyway. And maybe that's the most powerful part of this story. They didn't get through the distance by pretending it didn't hurt. They didn't just pretend, which a lot of us do today. We don't honestly want to tell anybody because we're afraid it's going to hurt them or they're going to have to carry our hurt, when in fact, it's nobody else's to carry but ours. And they just wore it on their sleeve. And they got through it by loving through the hurt. Boy, I just loved them so much, and I missed them so much, and they loved me so much. So thank you for listening to the Allgoods, Vietnam Through the Eyes of Love. has been a little bit of a journey getting started again, knowing that this is the last month my mom's pregnant with me, and knowing that I'm reading these for the very first time as well. It is intense, and it's a beautiful love, and just thanks. And if the story moves you, the best way to support the project is by following or subscribing wherever you listen. And could you send me a message and just say, hey, I'm here and I'm listening? It would really mean a lot, and you can do that on the website. And the website's address is theallgoodslove.com. The other way you can support it is at buymeacoffee.com/theallgoodslove. And I'll be back soon with the next letters from December 1971. And it's the final month before everything changes. When I'm born, I'm the girl that they thought was going to be a boy. And I wasn't quite 12 pounds, but I was a pretty big baby. Her dream last night was pretty spot on. She was something special. Boy, my mom, Sarah Gladden Allgood, she was something special. And I miss my mom and dad, and I love them, and here's to them. Here's to you guys for listening and walking this journey with me. Thank you. Until the next one,